What is up, guys and girls? So this is the third video in my series for all the Shadows of the Past challenges, and this one is for Nurnen. A couple of quick worth mentions. I'm not going to be showing the original locations of the challenges on the map because they are very clearly labeled. I'm just going to be doing them from the burrows, and I'll be showing you where the burrows are in each region, although you probably already know this. So let's get into it. Alright, so the locations for the burrows are as follows. It's going to be sitting right there in the south-southeast or east-southeast. And again, not difficult to find. First up, we have Balas. Now, I strongly recommend having your Graug upgrade, and this will allow you to generate more might quickly by killing enemies. Right there.
Balas. The orcs respect strength, whether it comes from a Graug, a Warchief, or a ring. Yet in Mordor, possessing strength also...
Okay, so what I like to do here is stick to the very edge of the green area that you can see on the map, and just start from left to right and do the sweeping motion with your fire. Get a couple of hits now and again. And once again, do the sweeping effect. It's quite effective, and the second you see the reach the next location or infestation, head across and do exactly the same thing. There should be 2 or 3 waves, I'm not sure how many. And as you can see, this one starts on the left and just sweep around. Probably blow up those Graug stacks right there. Graug stacks at least. Okay, now there should be another one. There he goes. Plenty of guys to burn there. As you can see, I'm poisoned and my health is going down fairly quickly, so you can eat a couple of guys if you need to. But this is a good example of left to right sweeping. Let's see how many Ghouls you get here, especially on the second wave. Plenty. But if you run off into the center of the area, you're just going to be surrounded, and it'll be way more difficult. As you can see there, absolutely loads, and they're all running towards you instead of around you. Alright, that's done. Next up, Faelas. Alright, now this is one I had to come back to at a later stage after getting a bit more powerful. This is going to be a lot easier if you have the Summon Drake ability, but because you probably won't have it at this time, I left this gameplay in just to show you how it's done if you don't have the Summon Drake ability, which I didn't have at this point. And also, not exactly a very clean run-through of this particular stage, and I thought I would leave that in because it gives you an idea for the room for error that you have. So it doesn't have to be such a perfect run. It can be messed up a fair amount like I do here, but in the end I get it and everything is cool. So now first off, normally I would get him on the first one, get him broken at least, and then you can shadow mount him. But I just thought I would leave it in just to see the room for error, like I said, that you actually have on these. So you have to shoot him in the mouth, skit him in the back, shoot him in the mouth, and then he comes down, or kills me. But you have to shadow mount him. Then I have the ability on my Drake that allows you to shoot fireballs without needing the might, and all it does is take off health. And since there are plenty of other Drakes around, you don't get that much fire coming from the ground, or arrow fire coming from the ground. Probably shouldn't have shot this Graug stack here, because there's literally no one around it. And you also have to kill a Drake, as well as 15 enemy explosion kills. So on the right hand side there's always lots of guys by that Graug stack, and that's definitely one you should just throw your fireball into. But I was going for the killing Drake, and I still didn't get him. Nothing really went particularly well, except for the fact that I actually did complete it in the end, with a couple of seconds remaining. But the first time I wasn't recording, I had like over 30 seconds remaining. It was just a very good run, and that's what can happen, you know. You can have a very good run, and you can have a very shitty run. See, there's my Drake I want to kill. Come on. So I lose my ride there, and I wanted to be all fairy and shadow strike him before I got to the ground, but no luck. So I've only got 10 seconds left, but I only need one more kill, as you can see. And this is in the bag. There's a little bit of a misfire there. It's funny. Alright, that's it. Done. Next up, we're going to have Mabad. Okay, so this one was probably one of the hardest ones. That took me the longest to do. I again had to come back for it after getting a couple of abilities. And the ability that came to my rescue is obviously Shadow Strike with a chain ability. I wasn't getting anywhere near the amount of kills that I needed. So I tried to do something different on this run, and it just happened to work. So don't worry about your Caragor health. What I like to do right at the start is just smash out those executions. Get all the executions done, because you won't be spending a lot of time on the back of a Caragor, which is where I was going wrong the first time. So head to the closest group and just go to town. Just go executions, and there's a couple of times there where I activate my inventory so I can select the correct ability. But it's undermounted, and you'll be able to howl, which calls more Caragors, as you can see there. And this allows you to mount another Caragor the second your one dies. And there's my photo mode activation again. But like I said, don't worry about your health. Just get those Caragor mounted kills out of the way, and you can just mount another one. Okay, so that's the mounted kills done. So again, I'm going to skip a little bit now because my inventory, and I'm going to the left-hand side, the one that is further away from you, as in the location on the left-hand side, not the right-hand side. And these guys are located in a cave. And I thought, let's get these guys while they are still all bunched up in this cave. Because if you go to the next one, there's a chance they might exit the cave and spread out a bit. So I thought, okay, let's get some Shadow Strikes in here. And once again, sure, it starts off nicely inside here, getting a lot of guys. But I definitely could have done a better job once this little chain ends. And I could have taken these guys out a lot quicker, but I didn't. And again, for the interest of letting you know how much area or room to move that you have, I leave the mediocre gameplay in here. So I think you'll be able to leave this cave. I think there's about 40 seconds I have left. So that gives you an idea of the latest, literally the latest you can leave that cave. And obviously this all depends because gameplay is different and you have different abilities. So this is just a rough guideline. So as you can see here, I probably could have killed these guys a lot quicker. But I didn't quite know what the hell I was doing. I didn't think I was going to get it this round. Maybe I was losing faith a bit, but I got there in the end and decided to use my rage right there. Dominating them also counts as a kill, so you can do that. Alright, heading over to the next one. 40 odd seconds left. So we're going to get some might built up here and start those Shadow Strikes almost immediately. Okay, here we go. Toast, toast, toast. Now you're not going to believe the time limit that I finished this mission on. And again, I don't know what the hell I was doing here. I know it's earlier gameplay, but I don't know why these guys kept on hitting me. I don't know what I was trying to do here, but whatever I was trying to do, I wasn't doing. So aside from these three guys, which seem to own me quite a lot, like right there, why I didn't push triangle twice is beyond me. But we take these guys out and we end off with a nice Shadow Strike, but in the amount of time that isn't even on the clock. I mean, I'm talking half a second I do this in. And again, like I said before, gives you an idea for the room for error that you have. So luckily I did that exactly when I did do that, because there's no way I would have done it otherwise. The time does stop when you're doing it, or probably goes very slowly. But as you can see here, a couple seconds left and I need 2 more kills. Now this guy should have just executed, but I didn't look at the timer and look at the hit. You can see the gem pop just before the timer. So that is by the skin of my teeth. But it's done in the end. Okay, now we're going to move on to our tricky Warchief. Now what you need to do is get 5 stealth kills on his defenders, and they're the ones with the little yellow icons above their heads. And then you need to dominate Tricky and shadow dominate Tricky. So obviously shadow dominate will net you the dominate as well. So let's have a look here. First off, I'd like to take out these two guys immediately. Now I'm going to be doing a fair amount of cutting because the monologuing has got to a point where it just pisses me off so much. You're in the middle of a fight, the camera pans around and you listen to this guy talking for about a minute, and then another one comes up and the camera goes somewhere else. By the time you end up back at your gameplay, I have no idea which direction I'm facing or anything. It's absolutely terrible. So I fast forward all the monologues, as well as sometimes I cut it when I've run off to search for arrows, but I'll never lose continuity. You'll always know where I am and where the enemy is. So just to let you know, I can shave off about 15 minutes or 10 minutes of this video just by little cuts and edits. Okay, so we're going to smash out the the 5 stealth kills for the start. 5 stealth kills on the defenders. Let's have a look here. I can take that guy out. So I'm going to speed this up. This kind of thing I'm going to do often. You can see where I'm going. All I'm doing is reaching the top of the building. And in the end, with all the little edits, it saves so much time. And you spend less time watching and more time playing, which is the whole idea. Okay, we're going to take out these 3 guys. And up comes Tricky. See, as you can see, I'm going to speed up all the monologues. I'm even going to speed up the executions because, Jesus, they take such a long time, as you'll see now. Okay, I'm going to speed this up again. And I'm going to stop saying it's been sped up. When you see it go a bit fast like that, you're just going to have to know with my videos that it is sped up and it is much better. So as you can see here, this execution is double speed. And that's how long it takes still. So I've definitely sped up every single execution. And these are all his lookalikes, and they can be killed, obviously, in one go.
Mordor is a tricky place. You never know what's real. I'm not only there to fool.
See, that one wasn't too bad because I was facing the Warchiefs or the captains that I was killing. But when a Warchief comes up or a captain comes up behind you or to your left, the camera pans around and you forget which direction you're facing and what enemy you're attacking, and they talk so slowly. And I know I've mentioned it before, but fuck, it irritates me so much. And I do like the intros for the captains, you know, it gets more personal, and that's what the whole Nemesis system's about. But shit a brick, man, it just takes such a long time sometimes for them to finish talking. And sometimes in critical locations as well. Okay, so we're going to run and find some elf shot. We're going to shadow the Caragor, just so he doesn't oop me. Okay, let's see, Tricky's coming up. I'm not worried about Tricky, I'm more worried about the fiery berserker type of dude. When he gets enraged, which is by frost or stealth I think, then just run away because he'll attack you relentlessly and there's nothing you can do. That was so weird, looked like that guy just multiplied. Okay, so here we go. I think that's the last of his bodyguards or his lookalikes because he's so tricky. And we're going to shadow strike him, which we can do, but we can't get the second attack in. Poisoned and health is needed, so we're going to speed it up. There it is, just jumping off the same roof. Now what you can do is have the added ability that lets you replenish your elf shot when you drain someone like this, but then it doesn't let you dominate them. And I hate going in and out of the inventory in mid-battle. I wish there was a way you could just kind of switch with some abilities because it just takes you out of the gameplay. Okay, so my idea here was to pin him, and I did, because he has a fear of that. But now things started going a little left field for a couple of seconds. So I wanted to just jump down, and I have a lot of trouble on this roof here. Jumping off this roof or climbing up this particular roof, then I just can't do it. And I know I can't get up there because he's standing there, but later on I have to fast forward because it took me so long to get up there. Okay, again, no elf shot. I went to get health, but no elf shot, which means an instant run away with the Caragor. This guy, he's brutal. Very brutal. So again, I just jumped away to get some elf shot or some health, and now I'm heading back. When I shouldn't be heading back, I should be heading for elf shot. Yeah, this is when I got stuck. I just couldn't jump up Eventually I did. And then I realized that I don't have elf shot and he's arrow proof. So I thought, let's get him. And I can't because there's a little fireplace in the way. So now I'm getting a bit antsy. So I wanted to just get down there. And again, I shouldn't have. Make sure you have elf shot because I could have exploded this barrel. But I couldn't. So I'm going to sprint away, I think. Find us some elf shot and finish this guy off. But you have to shadow dominate him, so you have to break him, and then of course you can shadow dominate from a distance. Looking for elf shot, there it is, speeding up. Alright, here we go again. Only 4 minutes left, give or take. So I thought I'd brutalize him, give me some breathing room, and I do think these guys that run away do run away for good, but I'm not entirely sure, they might come back. And again, I wanted to elf shot, but I definitely should have shot the barrel there on the right, the Graug barrel. But here's Tricky up here. There's a Vault Breaker. Just watch for that counter-attack button when you're in a crowded area like this. And obviously just execute him, perform an execution. Whenever you can. There he is there. I was lucky to get that execution. He ran across the fire this time. Okay, so his health is going down nicely. Let's clear out some guys. No, wouldn't let me. Yeah, well, the second this guy starts becoming enraged, then it's time to tuck tail and run because he will relentlessly hit you. He can kill me in about 3 or 4 hits, I think. But he's not immune to frost.
There you are. I've been waiting for
Even
this.
that was fast forwarded. Ah, there seems to be 2 of those guys. Ah, I noticed that now. Okay, so what I thought I was going to do here for the final assault, you stand up on a roof like this and just dominate all the guys that come up and you get yourself a little army, or a little crew at least, and then you can run down and attack them while they're being distracted by these guys. And you can't summon your Caragor or your followers on these missions. Ow, dick. Okay, so we're going to head down and finish this off. In theory. I'm not even sure if it does damage him a little bit. Okay, sticking with Tricky, being very, very aware of the Berserker poison guy next to me. Don't know what happened there, but I should have ground executed him. Okay, so now we're going to head to Mr. Tricky, almost there. Now I didn't want to kill him with this Elven Rage, so I just kind of pointed at him for a couple of shots. It's difficult to see what's going on in that Elven Rage, like ever. Okay, now we've got him on the ropes with a 33 or 34 hit streak, which is pretty good. And now we're going to execute him, and all you have to do is Shadow Dominate, but no Elf Shot. So I just ran away, quite far away, found Elf Shot, and he's still exactly the same place, almost. And Shadow Dominate for the 3rd achievement, for the gold ranks.
To be chosen!
As you should be, sir. Alright guys, that's going to bring us to the end of this video. I hope you found it informative and you're able to smash out these challenges quick sticks. Please check the description for locations to all the other areas with all the challenges done in gold ranks. I will be putting up the last 2 videos today, 100%, now that I've got my new computer, which is just fucking amazing. And yes, that is it. If you enjoy the stuff, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And I want to say thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.